to qualify.
No cheesing.
Yeah, thank God.
It's letting me do it.
Let me do it.
Shush.
Getting used to the cameras here. Let's see. Little ride along with Gabe Wood tonight, as we do every Monday night.
I'm cheesed to meet you.
On Monday Night Racing.
That was scary.
Qualifying underway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Riding along with Gabe Wood tonight in the number 50 car, Monday Night Racing Pro League. And as you can see on your screen, everybody has yet to qualify. Nice save by Gabe, a little bit fast to the hands there. A couple of the NASCAR drivers in here tonight. Ryan Vargas in the number 6, he's in the Xfinity car. He is also in the chat room with me for Gabe Wood, as well as Case Collenbeck, who is one of the crew chiefs for JD Motorsports. David Shillhouse, one of the iRacing drivers.
Well, you put it on the pole.
Kyle Busch as well, by the way, in here in the 51
I'll
tonight.
take it.
I sucked.
Yes, that is the Kyle Busch, by the way.
Don't worry, so did I.
Whoops.
I didn't cheese. Couldn't run a line. Hit the wall.
If you would like to watch this, by the way, live, let me get this up here.
Watch, they're going to physically black flag all the people.
Sorry, I got to get a little bit better here, because we are done qualifying.
Kind of funny.
You shouldn't.
Since we
They
got,
forgot to do it. They forgot to do it. There was no
we got a little
rule
bit of
put
time
in
left
place
yet.
about it.
3 minutes, 8
stop
seconds,
trying
actually.
Oh, I mean, I want to do.
Oh, you got beat by Will.
Wheel! Wheel!
It's because he's shorter. He cuts through the air better.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
I gotta go. Do a potty break. I will be right back.
I'll be right back myself, because I got to do the same.
He's leaving us the keys to the stream.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm taking a potty break, so entertain the folks watching.
You guys can't see me, but I'm doing the robot.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag dancing through the wind?
Please stop.
Gabe Wood, everybody.
Now we cut to the Ryan Vargas toilet cam.
Damn, Gary Sexton must have wrecked.
Not running left.
He ran 34.60. Second slower than me. I was a second slower than Vargas. I'm pretty upset with myself. I still haven't lifted going into one yet, just so you know. I drove that SOB in there.
That's sickening, man, if you could hold that wide open going into that corner.
Yeah, I drove it so far, I was super tight coming out.
All right, guys, we're going to get started here. Thanks everybody for being here tonight. Appreciate everybody coming out. Obviously,
the warm-up,
just got
Gabe?
done qualifying with a 5-minute warm-up. Race tonight's 100 laps. Fuel's on 75%. 3 green-white checkers. Tonight, as a reminder, once we reach 5 to go, we will not be giving any more unlimited waiver rounds or any waiver rounds to all the drivers in the field. It will only go to the driver first car 1 lap down. This is in a way to hopefully prevent multiple wrecks, chaos, and also you'll be subjected to an EOL if you do cause the incident. So as a reminder, once you reach 5 to go, only the first car 1 lap down is able to get a lap back. That's as far as everything for tonight. Reminder, this is a elimination race for the round of 10. All the drivers involved. As a reminder, Bobby Labonte and Darrell Waltrip are on tonight's broadcast. So let's be sure to put on a great show for everybody. And as you guys know, and running this sim at this racetrack before, the first couple laps or so can be pretty loose in traffic. So please remember to take your time and just be careful with it. Be easy with it.
Speaking of which,
let's put on a good show for all the fans that are watching tonight.
Good luck, everyone, except
thanks again to Rowdy Energy, Big Green Egg, for those guys being
let's get the broadcast up for that reason in the background.
And I'll turn over to Josh Mendoza, who's back in race control.
100 laps, 150 miles, 240 kilometers with 1 fast repair available to these drivers. It's a fixed setup.
Hey, Ryan.
75%.
All right,
everybody.
So
Did the toilet camera work?
That's what I alluded to.
What was that?
Did the toilet camera work on stream?
5 laps.
We're going to be only doing the wave round, so please be mindful of that. Please also be mindful of the restart procedures. The initial start is on green. All restarts are going to be on green. And if we see people changing before the start-finish line, on the front stretch, changing lanes before the start-finish line on the front stretch, that'll be a pass-through penalty. So do not do it. Thank you, guys.
The track's going to cool down a little bit.
Sorry,
What do
say
you think
that one
that's
more
going to
time.
do
Are we
to
using
grip
the
the
access
tire
road
wear, and how do you think these drivers are going to change their approach to corner entry as we progress through the race?
Come down like regular. You do not have to take the access road only when you're exiting pit road. Only take the access road when you are leaving pit road.
In case you notice my lips are shinier,
Copy that.
I put chapstick on.
Oh, don't lick him now!
Vargas, pit now. Pit now, Vargas. So I can beat you at this 1.1 inch.
It's alright, I got him. Oh, shit!
Stay there!
Oops.
Oh, he got
Oh, I'm not.
Are y'all still on the track?
Pit road, Vargas is bullying me. I'm upside down.
Can I come down pit road as fast as I can and wreck you?
Head him, he's still upside down.
Alright, I'm going into 3 now.
I'm right at the wall.
I want to go back to you just on the general point.
Oh my goodness, that was funny.
Listen to Case Collin back, by the way.
I did.
Here he comes.
Brett told God was to put Brett. Oh my God.
Put Brexton in.
Look at the history here, and DW knows this.
That's funny.
One of the fastest cars.
Imagine.
Every time we come to this
I
race,
can't-
I can totally see it.
Gotcha.
cars, the speed is
Oh, we
there.
advanced it.
No matter whether or not
We're going
he
racing.
keeps the car clean as he moves through the field.
Yeah,
Hold on, I gotta watch
obviously,
this
like Daryl
replay.
said, the track's going to change a lot, and we know he's going to start, pretty much EOL, tail of the line.
He went
At the
away.
start of this race.
Gabe,
And
I never
do
lifted
think that,
coming out of the
you know,
quarter.
what we see in the past of speed, he's got it. There's no doubt that he's a favorite to win. You've got 1 fast repair. There'll probably be a couple
Put
of
Lily
cautions
in my
here and there.
bedroom.
Are you guys changing your steering ratio? Gabe, do you think that would be a good idea?
Oh shit, do I still have time?
30 seconds. It starts at 10. Should I do 6 for 14?
He just jumped out, went into garage, basically.
He can't be involved in anything.
Good
just
call,
that
Vargas.
way.
I was
Saving
still on
that
the
right
10.
front, boy. Save that right front.
And now, as you can see, he's back in here.
Save that right front.
But if you make mistakes, get in trouble, it don't matter.
It's a
Save that right
huge
front.
time.
Well, just lost the
I'll be there
broadcast
at the
here for a
end.
second. Maybe it'll come back. With that being said, by the way, it looks like Gabe is right alongside Kyle Busch starting this evening.
What was that?
Oh, back.
Champion of Monday Night Racing, Will
I
Rogers.
qualified
There we go.
between Kyle Busch and Josh Balicki.
6.3-1 and qualified to take the top spot.
What a weird
Over
world.
Shelton Phoenix's
What a
James
world.
Bickford.
That is a
Second
sentence
row
right there.
field
So,
by NASCAR
for those
Series
still
Series
watching the
Ryan
stream, we got
Vargas.
9 of y'all. Thank you.
He's Progressive League champion from
We are
season
getting ready to
3.
roll here at
Anthony
Homestead.
Alfredo victorious in this combo a year ago in season 2.
100
In
laps.
row 4 belongs to Garrett Smithley.
150
And David
miles.
Stewart is in the hunt in the playoffs.
One quick repair if needed.
DJ Cummings and Robbie Lyons, the defending series champion, complete.
Vargas, where you at? Bro, you're broadcasting Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch.
10.
Homestead Miami Speedway, are you ready? We'll sell you the whole seat. You only need the edge.
Needing to win tonight's race. He was starting.
We sold you the whole seat. You won't need any of it. Get up on your feet. We sold you the whole
Can I get a refund?
Matt Stallone just pulled a
Ryan Vargas 23. Ryan Vargas underscore 23 live on Twitch. By the way, we're going to turn him down.
Now watch as he gets out and blames Andy Hillenberg and tries to fight him. Josh Mendoza called at the Red Bull ring. I've been informed that I'm a mistake. This is the Austria track.
Are we going green this time?
No, free to go. Coming to 2.
I still think we should just change the graphic to Rowdy Ring.
The Rowdy necklace.
I'd say they can stamp banners on the car. Why can't they stamp signage?
Back upstairs to James Pike. Van Gisbergen in particular might be another
Already
one
pissed off Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Don't need to piss off another one.
But when he's been in, he's been fast. But for now, let's go to our Fox Sports app in-race reporter for the first time this evening.
I want to learn more.
Let you have a chance to chat with one Mr. Anthony Alfredo.
Read a book.
Yeah, I put Lily in my room and she is not.
Do you mind handing me one that you're sitting on?
Warming up for the race.
So you can see the screen.
For lap 2 in qualifying, I left him on the
Ryan,
table there. I think
you
the
two
first
are the
lap was
same
faster,
height.
so
David might
mistake,
be
but
taller.
it's all good. We have really good race pace, so I think in the long run we'll find ourselves up front.
Actually, I need to get rid of last year's phone book that I was sitting on. I got this year's now. So yeah, I got one for you, Ryan.
Was this exact card crack combo and
Much needed. Thank you.
lane at the end of it. So hoping to do the same thing.
Just running through the gears of the cameras right now, by the way.
Appreciate it.
The Arizona one.
Anthony Alfredo behind the wheel of the whitetail.
Yeah, there are far more people living here.
Right-hand side, we're going to get in the cockpit view basically tonight. Chopper keeps going back and forth between the two. We can fix that. Of course, we got pit lane view right now.
What's a phone book?
Thing left to do. As we get back around.
Shut up, Mark.
All TV cameras available to us, by the way.
Selling a secret.
Yeah.
Hey, it's that guy. It's me.
Ryan Vargas doesn't need a phone book. He just uses a book with the list of how many times he got mad on iRacing.
Gyro cam, you can see how high the banking is.
Gabe, you pounded a table almost broke in half.
And then threatened that. That's fine.
Both of those we expect to fall as the
You have me
sun
on that
sets.
list.
We progress deeper into this race. Winds heading to the north at 4 miles an hour, and a bit of an oddity for Homestead.
Hey, I don't think Stefan showed up, did he?
No.
Oh, he didn't.
Just so you guys know,
Ryan, you playing the yellow snow this weekend?
what I was going to say is you're listening to the broadcast in the background. Daryl Waltrip and Bobby Labonte are guest hosting this broadcast tonight for Monday Night Racing Pro League. To the left right now of Gabe Wood, that is Kyle Busch, the Kyle Busch, racing from his high-end simulator somewhere in Morrisville, North Carolina. And with that all being said, the broadcast will be about a half to a full lap late. So when we go green, they're going to call the green shortly after, and then you'll see the difference in what it's going to be. So here we go.
It's your time.
Oh, yeah, friend. Oh, I love it. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love starting
Green
the race
flag.
this way. Let's go racing more.
Okay. So apparently the broadcast is not that far behind. Here we are live with the broadcast, so we'll let it go from here.
Don't worry. Just 4 wide. Raja.
Stay loose!
All-wheel Rogers for Space Station Gaming on the opening lap. The most interesting thing to me...
My gas pedal just went out.
Yellow.
What will be a 100 laps? Never mind. Yellow flag on the
Is that
racetrack.
what the caution was for?
Where'd we ready for?
A little bit further in the back. Not quite
It
sure
was
who
behind
the
his garage.
but I would say
Wait, when did Nick Olson get into Monday night?
He won,
probably
probably
explain
won
to us who was involved, and maybe Shane Gisbergen too.
I got it back at Chemical Club.
SPG 97.
Did you get wreck case?
Got in the back of somebody and
No, I slowed down. I don't think nobody got wrecked, but at the same time, my gas pedal got unplugged.
Interesting.
And now it's like uncalibrated. So
Come
when I
on, someone said
touch
in
the
chat.
brake pedal, it goes all the way down.
Oh!
So that was pretty exciting to see. Unfortunately, these two guys got together at the back.
That is
so
unfortunate.
It's going to make for a long night for them.
Fast repairs early, I think, right, DW?
So I don't know if it affected anybody. My gas pedal got unplugged right there.
In Australia, and got a lot of experience. I don't know if he has a lot of experience in this kind of race car.
If you got a certain amount of tires too.
It's too bad to see him in trouble early.
Yeah, it's unlimited, so honestly there's no like
of ability. We know
no repercussion for hitting every time, but obviously we won't right now.
Can you make it a quickie?
Then came back and
Quickie.
got the job done in 2021 as well.
Alright,
We know
we're
he's
gonna go
quick. Meanwhile, Jacob hits it to the
So,
Case Hellenbeck unfortunately had a throttle problem.
As a driver by accident.
I'm not sure if that's what caused the caution. With that being said, Gabe right now 14th apparently from what I'm seeing on the grid.
If I
Actually, I gotta
back
fix that.
out,
I am
just redo
terribly
my
sorry.
pedals, will it mess me up?
Just don't unregister. You'll be fine.
Back down.
And there we go. Now we got the brake running order with everything going
Gotta go
on.
green though.
I'll probably do it the next caution.
Yeah. I mean, unless you can't drive it.
Hey, y'all forgot to set the tire limit.
provisional pole for a little bit in qualifying. And he said that, look, these things are loose. These things are on edge. These guys are going to have to be careful these first couple of laps.
You're really
Get tighter as this race goes on, and it's all going to come down to how you save your stuff, is whether or not you're going to be up at the front or further in the back. We'll see
Basically,
here.
we got a
On
tough break
Colbert's
for the
tires,
tire.
they only got a lap in. We'll see what they do.
I'm gonna have to fix it.
Did it work?
We're gonna go green.
Or did you back out?
I backed out and recalibrated it.
What strategy?
Does it work now?
Maybe we can say big
Yes.
green
Colin,
egg
big fan.
runs fast for you if you like it.
I thought you were gonna back all the way out of the
and be
session and
successful
come
on
back.
that front.
No.
We'll see how the racing pans out. That'll be the biggest question, and whether or not the ability to scuff tires
Green flag.
effectively.
Oh!
That first set of laps will help the grip
I'm just
levels.
half a lap down now.
Will Rogers
Sorry
stays
for
on
the
the
big
gas pedal. We're back to
jack
green
up.
flag racing in the big green egg 150.
Nothing helps the grip level.
Can't jump when you don't catch up.
Not sure exactly what happened to Gabe. I didn't completely hear that whole deal.
Again, you're just going to have to use some patience early in this race.
Yeah, and I think too, Daryl, what Ryan said about these cars being loose to start with, and for sure, when I drove in the E-race back 2 years ago now, I guess, year and a half, 2 years ago, it seemed like forever, but yeah, I mean, it was loose to start with, and the racing that I've done on this sim is, it's like, man, I can't even run a lap of practice and spin it out.
Sorry,
So
Ryan.
you gotta get
Same real estate there.
Spin ahead of Gabe. He's gathering it back up straight. No, it's Ryan Vargas. Saved it coming off of turn 2.
I mean, they're double wide. I don't want to take it 3 wide like that early. That's why I was backing off. But, oh well. Hell, man.
Yeah, I got you. You weren't very wide. I thought you were going to go to the outside. You weren't going to get back up.
I said I didn't want to take it 3 wide. That's why I was being easy right there.
Oh, I got you.
Eerily similar to what happened between Alfredo and Rasha Karuth a week ago, where Alfredo just overdrove the corner.
Smithley gets into the 21.
Win, Vargas!
Not sure if Ryan was part of that whole deal. Going to assuming that is the case.
What are y'all doing up
You gotta
there?
know it's lap 7, right?
Garrett.
I was gonna say I would have lifted if I could see what was happening. So, all right.
A little bit damage, not enough, I would say, to justify a faster grip on it. You can see it there on the front end of his Martin Cabelli Pinto Chevy Camaro, just enough to where he's probably going to need to tuck in behind people in order to get past his lap times. Keep him stuck out on the nose cone.
Jesus.
Air that car, he'll probably be down 2 miles an hour on the straights.
All these guys are driving like freaking squirrels, man. Yep, my tires are freaking shot. Damn it!
I've seen this, so yeah, I mean, you gotta take care of your stuff. We talked about it early on. You gotta be patient.
Could be worse. Could be 3/4 of a lap down.
So can't afford to do that much longer here. But yeah,
My car is destroyed.
Still not lose a lap doing that case?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, as long as you stay behind somebody a little bit,
Bad for the trucker, bud.
You certainly couldn't go out fast. It'd be pretty hard to even lead this race until you get that damage repaired. So you can follow along and keep riding, and that's what you want to do right now, because obviously you got some damage you got to take care of when you come in the pits.
Freaking destroyed, dude. Damn it, man.
Moments of James Bickford and the Charlotte Phoenix driver who announced last week they will be joining the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series for the first time in 2022. Here is
God damn it, just let me go.
Alfredo, good connections with Jimmy Mullis, perennial playoff contender in the Coke Series, and fellow Connecticut
Another
native,
dude. Where you at, Gabe?
eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion Zach Novak. So he's got some good people in his stable to lean on if he needs to find speed, because Jimmy and Zach have been there, done that, and done just about everything in these stock cars in the sim. Whether or not it pans out into a good finish for Anthony tonight, we'll find out. But for the moment, we're running inside the top three, just trying to hold on Space Station Games with Rogers as we slide a little bit up the racetrack and look at
Slate just putting it on my door.
Yeah, what I noticed is these cars, back when I drove these cars, Bobby is probably a little bit, you had to have a handful wheel. You had to really turn the wheel hard to the left. I noticed these guys, they just tweak the wheel. They don't turn the car much at all. The car does most of the work itself, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Daryl, you don't have to turn the wheel very much at all, like you said. I mean, you got to have a good feel for it. But what I'm seeing so far is the fact that, you know, there's already 3 lanes up here, and it's, you know, as we can see here at Devin, he's just not turning the wheel very much. He's still got, you know, turns back a little bit on the straightaway, but when you get to the corner, I mean, you know, probably not turning 10 or so, 12, 15 degrees at the most, it seems like. So very little bit, but you know, the track's wide now. I see 3 wide, 3 grooves in it, and you know, making some different people trying to find what they're comfortable at. How they got their, you know, their settings on their wheel and throttle, just to see how it is. And I see old Kyle Busch is making some headway here. I just want to say that I think he's up to 8th place right now. So Kyle started 13th up to 8th. That's pretty good for him.
Yeah, but and Bobby, one of the things that this track it gives you is that progressive banking. Around the bottom, I think it's 18 degrees in corners, up to around 20, 22 up next to the wall. So you can find some place that will accommodate your car. Maybe your car's a little too tight, maybe it's a little too loose.
Second caution of the night, lap 14.
And that's what you work with. So that progressive banking is a big benefit to a lot of these guys.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, and also, you know, some guys don't want to run up towards the ball. It doesn't matter how good their car is. It might be better up there, but
I think Maliller's the one that got the worst of it.
I'm gonna run the bottom. Just stay there. So looks like we got a caution on the Speedway right now.
Okay, I mean,
Bobby, we've got Justin Malillo.
I'm just gonna shut that
out. Let's see, Jacob Hitz. Can you take us through what you saw on that and see if you got any notes from the drivers there? I imagine Vargas can't be too happy.
No, Vargas is not. He wasn't happy with the contact with Alfredo to get him back into that mess, and it's simple.
Yeah, I'm just getting ran over by everybody. Like, it doesn't matter.
Kicked him down the racetrack into Vargas, and that meant that Justin Malillo had nowhere to go as we go on board with the 53 traction car.
All right, driver.
He's just biding his business there on the inside line, and all of a sudden he's in a whole lot of trouble, and that 6 comes down across his nose. Nowhere for Vargas to go, nowhere for Malillo to go, and if there was any damage on Vargas's car from the contact with him, well, there's certainly damage to that number 6 Swan Energy car now.
I think, Kenneth Pointer, if we can get you in here for a little bit, if you've got any notes, that look on Justin Malillo's face, just the head shake, tells you everything you need to know about how he feels.
For that.
Yeah, Malillo definitely not happy. You can see once again on the left side of your screen, still shaking his head as a result of that incident. There was an end-of-line penalty given to Joshua Slitt because he did cause that incident by hitting the outside wall, but there has been a lot of drama amongst the playoff field with damage. Vargas being involved in that incident, but also Roger Caruth. When everybody checked up, he screamed,
everybody looks like they're in.
As he got heavy damage on the front end of his Chevrolet Camaro, asked how bad it was to his spotter up on the radio, and has since been dealing with an ailing car ever since. We're going to see how he does now. He's
looks like everybody's in.
Damage repair and 4 fresh tires and fuel on pit road.
Be dumb not to.
Because just about actually the entire field, as a matter of fact, is coming down pit road for pit stops and out of the box. First, give it to, I think, Colin Fern, who's going to win the battle off of pit road.
Then how did Gabe get back out? He was on pit road.
Gabe Wood, I think, missed his stall. He came down pit road.
I didn't see him miss the stall or not.
I didn't see him actually.
I ain't gonna ask him though either.
I imagine he may come back in to actually get service on his car, and Fern most likely should end up as the leader once again once we go back green flag racing. As we remind you that tonight's broadcast of Monday Night Racing is brought to you by our friends at Big
I was getting all upset about
Egg.
like direct, like I can't see what's going on with the car in front of him. I don't know what he wants.
He's crazy. He made it 4 wide going into 1.
Fuel efficient and easy to use Kavanaugh style
Like,
grills.
I mean, I understand he's upset. Like, I would be upset too, but
smoker,
I mean,
pizza oven, or
there's
rotisserie
literally
device.
nothing I could have done there.
Does all of this and more to perfection. And for more
He's
information,
gonna win to get
visit
in
their
tonight.
website at biggreenegg.com.
So apparently Gabe did miss his pit.
That's the other thing,
unfortunately.
Vargas. You're still running for points. I don't
I
think
know.
you're...
I've been trying to just chill, but I keep getting ran flat the hell over. Stupid. All of these guys.
Road, and now DW, it's going to be Fern and Cabot.
All of them.
For the race
Stupid.
when we get
All
back
right,
to
last first challenge. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll be. And look, this track is a little bit what I call a self-cleaning track, particularly down that front straightaway. You got that pit wall.
I kind of messed myself up, Case. I got to get a dedicated pit sign for you.
Sort of a self-cleaning racetrack.
Oh, man.
I saw yours turned in a little bit, realized I messed up.
Adjustments to the tire
So,
pressure or whatever.
I don't know how you can fix that. I only have my pits on.
You know a lot here. Do you have a sense of?
I have pits turned off, so all I see is my sign guy.
Watching and just trying to learn how these drivers work with each other.
Yeah, well, see, I've had, I think, 3 cautions now and it's 17 laps. So, you know, I would say that's not normal. I wouldn't think that that's what they're wanting.
Guys,
once
be
you get
careful
back
of the
going
stack
green
up.
here,
It stacked up real bad on that
It's
first
going to
start.
be free for a while, so we'll see if Kyle Busch can make some more headway and see. But I think these guys need to stay out of each other's hair and run some green flag laps here would be the best thing.
Of course, it don't happen.
I think it's the temperature of the track. It's hot, it's slick, and you know these guys just can't seem to get away from each other right now. I think when they cool it.
Come on, Ryan, straighten it back up. It's looser than hell on the start. Oh, God, look out.
Got them out clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I know.
Did not hear him call that
Oh, is y'all okay?
Stephen Ellis out of Toronto.
Check the radio connection. Check the one on your headset, on your headboard actually, on your left-hand side.
A better shot at
on your
this, but
headrest.
the replay tells us more.
1, 2, 3.
You
Gonna say
don't need the replay.
anything
You
at
got
this
a good
point.
copy.
That's exactly how I look when I read.
4.
I think that tells a bit of a story there, but we'll get the replay pulled up momentarily and see what happened. Take us through the incident.
Well, it started with the 07
Just catch up for now.
James,
I
all
got
the way
more
to the bottom of the
damage I gotta
racetrack,
reset,
and you guys mentioned how Vargas was complaining about a very loose race car to start this event. Ford Martin got the worst end of that after getting his car way sideways, overcorrected it, went right into the 46.
These cars-
Give
I believe Devin Henry, the third car involved in that.
Immediately on the first lap with fresh tires, they just want to go sideways. So they got to be real careful with that throttle.
Right there, nowhere to go on the
Ford
outside.
calls
Sees
that.
the smoke, tries to hop on the binders, and everybody tries to scatter away.
You know what,
If it doesn't go when to go
Ford
here,
ran
I'll
out of town.
go when to go. Everybody.
I was about to say, DW, that's a case where, you know, if Ford hadn't bounced off the wall and bounced off Ellis, it's either you're going into the fence or I'm going around and someone's hitting me. And I think Ford chose to let somebody else get the damage first.
Luke Gill, Ford's dad, I've known Ford ever since a little kid, and it's kind of fun to watch him out here racing tonight, and he's a good guy.
Yes.
The series probably wouldn't exist wasn't for him, so I'm glad he's out here doing well, or trying to do well anyway.
He's got time, that's the thing. But
You know when you guys are middle of the back straightaway?
The cold tire discussion, which
Brad, I
I
think
want to
you're up top.
run back to just a little bit, because I brought up the idea of scuffing right on that first restart, because I figured, and we saw this in the Road to Glory race with Nick Olson, who's in this race by virtue of his victory in the Road to Glory race that happened on the main Podium Esports channel just an hour ago. But Nick on that opening lap got loose off of turn 2, just like Ford did, and spun
Garrett
down
Miller
the
is always
inside
on
of
top
Jenny
of
Bolt
it
and to
when
race
he
his way
goes
back. And that's a problem. Bobby, I think you'll know this well, because we've seen
Check
this
up
with
for
a lot of
him,
the
and that's what
drivers
got me
who
ran over by
opening
Raj.
2-3 laps.
I don't think
on
Raj meant
fresh
to hit me.
tires.
That's why I'm not
We've
going to
seen
say
a lot of
nothing.
drivers have
Pit
trouble
car
keeping the car
in 3
straight
right
and
now.
making sure
4,
they
gonna
get
go
off the
green.
wall.
Catch up here,
Yeah,
Peter.
it
No
is.
jumping
We've
on
talked
that.
about
I
it,
think
too,
Hit the
and
brake,
we'll keep
Raj.
talking about it on, restarts,
I'm
cold
just-
tires. These cars are the setup. Even though
Does me
they
no
did get
good.
to work on
Take a
this new
page out of
setup,
my book.
they are
Yelling does nothing.
fairly loose because they will go tight, and
Got me in
but
one of
you
these
got to get through the
big
first 4 or 5 laps, and that's what patience.
Well,
you gotta
I
have
was
patience,
asleep
but
there.
When you're out there racing, sometimes it's hard because you got guys that are a little bit quicker.
After he
you wanna
started
catch
third.
up. you know, like Ford, he got just a little bit loose and, you know, collected another car, you know, when he did that.
Yeah, I think it's the air pressure. When you put cold tires on the car and the airs with the pressures are low, the car doesn't handle near as well as it does after you run a few laps when the pressures come up. So maybe some of these guys just don't have the knowledge or experience to deal with that. That's what it appears to me.
Patience maybe as well plays into it. It's a case where you want to get on the throttle and go 100%, and usually once the tire jumps to temperature, you can. But for that opening, just 2 to 3 handful laps, maybe a little bit more, you can't mat it on corner exit the way you normally would and be able to get away with it because temps aren't there, pressures aren't there, and you just don't quite have the grip that you do. Once you get a few laps,
Not doing that again.
Racing is you get a good look here at the battle for the race lead once again. Adam Cabot and Colin Fern continuing to fight. There's Alfredo and Will Rogers for Sim Hunt Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series right behind. Here's Alfredo's on board.
You know what Hammond always told me? Hang on to it, buddy. It'll come to you.
Yeah.
You better get here in a hurry.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. They're not putting much input in the wheels.
Caution.
They're just kind of sliding through there.
Water, pressure, temperature right there.
Trouble on the racetrack, though, and it is Kyle Busch that is involved. I saw help, I think, from James Bickford in the middle of turn 2, and it was on from there. Bickford, I think, got loose, and Busch...
I'm actually going to pause that and go back and see if I can see the replay, see what happened here.
What'd you see?
That's exactly what I saw. James
moderately
Bickford
big.
got loose in the middle of the corner, came down the racetrack right in front of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch had nowhere to go. He was forced to lift. Garrett Smithley couldn't see through the back door of the 51, that Rowdy Energy machine, and turned him around. I think Brad Perez.
I'm going to take a look at Kyle Busch's car because he was involved in this wreck.
As well, Max Kennedy, another playoff driver, did a heck of a job of getting that thing wound up in time to avoid Busch as he came back down the racetrack. Overall, the damage isn't too bad, but there's a good bit of damage to the front and rear of that Rowdy Energy car. You've got to keep in mind, guys, he needs to win if he wants to make the next round. He's been up in the
James
top 10
Bickford lost her around in front of Kyle Busch.
A lot harder for Kyle Busch because he's
Kyle tapped him back.
From the back.
Garrett Smithley got Kyle in the back and spun Kyle.
You know what? Kyle Larson said he always wanted to start in the back, and his dad said, well, why you want to do that for? So I can pass them all.
Field
That's Kyle Busch's mentality. I'll pass them all.
Yeah. And I'll have to say, when Kyle spun right there, I mean, obviously, you know, he got some damage, but oh my gosh, you know, he could have had a lot more damage than that. And somehow he scathed away with that one.
So, Bobby, you've got the experience running in sim. I'll pass the question to you because it's one we love to talk about here in the podium booth all the time. If you're Kyle Busch, you know you're not going to have the speed on straights. You know you're going to be stuck at the back of the pack. But we also have 75 laps to go. So if you're Kyle, do you use your fast repair now? Or do you wait maybe until about, say, lap 50, lap 60 or so?
The thing that sucks is I like everybody in this league. When they get on the sim, they're just...
You might not necessarily be in as many wrecks.
Hey,
and maybe
on the back,
have a call
about
to the end,
3 in
opposed
about
to
5 seconds.
using it early and losing it and getting caught up with something and being done with the chances outright.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I started to slide it in first, and I heard the RPM go over 8 grand. I'm like,
nope. I would say I would use it later. I mean, I think that by what we've seen so far, there's going to be some more cautions, and you know, you might find yourself running the top 10, do your fast repair, then you got something at the end of it. So I believe I would wait, and I'm not sure if he did wait, but I would have waited.
Can confirm that he did wait, as a matter of fact.
Ready, green flag.
Sounds like you and Kyle have that same line of thinking going, and we'll have another big green flag on our hands as we clear lap 25 and lap 26, and it's Fern and Cabot in control of the field once again as they head off into one.
Yeah, if these guys if they don't run a few laps here and get strung out, these cars run on top of each other, you get a lot of air moving around out on the racetrack, and your car will do things you didn't expect it to do. I think I've seen that a couple of times. People having to lift and they really weren't planning on it. I think we just need to run a few laps here, get some tire pressure built up, and get these cars strung out a little bit and get them separated.
Good look there at the Magic and Adam Cabot of Glen Gardner, New Jersey. Most drivers in Monday Night Racing have some sort of real-life connection to the sport. Cabot is the lone driver outside of Nick Olson who won the Road Glory race tonight. That raced his way into Monday Night Racing as we go.
Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. Yep, thank you.
And to win the Esports Racing League, Anthony Alfredo's competition that he set up back in the spring of last year in order to qualify for ERL, or rather qualify for MNR. He won the championship there, competed in the summer.
Oh, dim. Oh, boy.
Whose pedal squeaks?
Mine. Cabot's got plenty of speed.
You feathering it right there?
Experience in the sim across a lot of different disciplines. It was pretty fast when we were here.
It's really when I roll back in.
So I can't say DW, I'm too surprised.
See, I'm wrecking. Stay in the gas.
No, you know what's funny? I mean, back in the day...
I reckon? Nah, drive through it. You'll be fine.
You had to be a Buddy Baker. You had to be a Benny Parsons. You had to be a Dale Earnhardt. You know, you had to be a tough guy. And I look at these guys, driving these cars today, and they look like they'll be waiting for the bus down on the corner with a backpack. They're just young kids that get out here, but they got talent. They got talent. They got an opportunity here to showcase that talent in a series that we would never have had back in our era. So it's kind of fun to watch these kids perform at a high level.
Yeah, Daryl, I could say that, I've done my share of racing on a sim and, back and forth, even, when the Cup Series, we did it for a few weeks there to make shift for the pandemic. And, when I do it on a weeknight or whether it was that, I mean, it's intense and you get to meet a lot of people. And you're right, there's a lot of young guys with a lot of talent out there. And, a lot of them are applying it to real racing too as time goes on if they get the right break. But it's fun to race with them, and they know more than you think they know. I mean, so it's like when you race with them, you're like, surely I could beat this guy. Well, probably not. So it's a lot of fun.
I think it's a racing mentality. It's all that they eat, sleep, and breathe racing.
I'm not trying to get myself wrecked. I'd rather just back out, you know?
They are knowledgeable. They got a lot more knowledge. We had to learn, the hard way. We had to go out on the track and kind of on-the-job training. And these guys have so many other opportunities and so many ways to figure out what they want to do, how they want to do it, and then they go out and perform at a high level. So I really, I like this kind of racing.
Good look here at the battle up near the front. Rogers, Alfredo, and company. A good fan look here at about the top 10 to 15 cars. Is Colin Fern facing the wall. It's the team manager for Brandonville.
What are you doing?
Brown's operation, and then Alfredo in the mix. Rogers. Here's Brandon Brown. Actually, a great story and a great run for Brandon Brown, who was formerly with Richmond Raceway, now with Race XR, doing a bunch of dirt stuff, and currently in the middle of a big fight in his back. He's got Josh Bilecki in front of him, and the Australian superhero driver Shane Van Gisbergen right behind. I feel like you've heard his name a few times, BW.
I've heard of him quite often. When Mike Jordan and I went down to Australia, they did supercar races, and he was one of the superstars down there. The guy's got a lot of talent. He really is a super good driver. I'd like to see him do well.
Also has some Rolex 24 starts to his credit too, so he can wheel just about anything as we'll go down to pit road. Jacob Hicks, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, and talking with David Schildhouse, who's fighting for that third spot right now on the racetrack, he seemed pretty confident. He seemed pretty loose. Normally he's focused whenever he's in the race car, whenever he's in the sim. Tonight, on his stream before things got going, he seemed just to be kind of bouncing around. He had a lot of energy to him. He's definitely focused behind the wheel now, but at this moment, David Schildhouse, he's focused behind that 20 car. Of course, he leads in the points. He's pretty much locked into this next round, and he just said that his goal for tonight is to execute.
I'm just chilling right where I'm at.
And as he said, kick some butt tonight, and that's his game plan so far. He's been saving fuel since these cars rolled off pit road, and it could be something to keep an eye on toward the end, that maybe he's got a little more gas than everybody else. Over to Kenneth Bueno.
And you also talk about confidence within another driver very high up in the playoff
Baker Kramer, these guys cannot race.
The
Yep.
86 of Colin
You're
Fern.
not wrong.
If you look back earlier through the season, the win that got him into these Monday Night Racing playoffs was with these cars at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where he beat fellow playoff driver Kyle Busch to the start-finish line to get his very first W in this season for Brandonville Motorsports. Fern so far very calm and composed, no damage on his Chevrolet Camaro, so taking a bit of notes out of his win earlier on in this season so far, James.
So that's an interesting contrast that we've got between two drivers who have found success in this series before. Sounds like Colin Fern's maybe a little bit more easygoing at this point, and maybe not necessarily pressuring himself so much, but after what Hit said, it only backs up everything that I know, DW, about David Schildhouse, because David came into this series in the middle of Season 3 and was competitive, found a way into the playoffs, and didn't quite make it, but And he told us before the beginning of the season, with a full season of MNR competition,
how hard are y'all getting back to the gas at this point of the run?
I want to go after the title, and it's a big goal.
Save it, baby it.
Pretty much anywhere I've seen him publicly, he's talked about trying to get the TobyChristie.com Chevy Camaro into victory lane, winning races, and eventually
doing like
winning the championship. But it's
I'd
much
say
more
a
of a
half
focus for
slow
him.
roll,
Yes,
if that
sir.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think what makes this racing fun is it's not so much about the car. I mean, the car's got to do its job, but the fixed setup on the cars, they all handle pretty much the same. Make some minor adjustments here and there. So it really comes down to the driver and what can the driver do behind the wheel. And I think that's why these guys really love this kind of racing. I think it's why some guys are really good at it. They excel at it because they understand it and they are able to apply what they know and they get a good result. So a lot of names that we never hear about, in any other series, we hear about here in the iRacing series.
And platforms for some of these drivers who might not necessarily be behind the wheel of a car over the weekend to showcase their talents and really put on a show like a Colin Fern, like a David Soulhouse.
How far have y'all had to back up the
Gabe,
corner
like a
so
DJ
far?
Cummings is up in the top 10 working for NASCAR.
I'm lifting more aggressively, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not just rolling out of it being all quick back to it. I'm just full lift, scrub and brake, get the nose to work, back down to the bottom.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience. Very knowledgeable.
I'm really waiting on the throttle, though.
It would surprise me to see
Like, I mean waiting.
This thing is over with.
And Daryl, I know you're watching the same thing I am.
How much rear brake you got in it?
They're not stretching out here. They're all still bunched up. Even
Say that again.
Run about 10 laps under green, which is great to
1.2%.
see. But yeah, Shane is obviously making his way up there, and Kyle Busch as well. I feel like I'm on a Kyle Busch bandwagon tonight. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of single file now, but yet they're still pretty close together. These guys are making some passes and running different lines. So watching this is I'm excited. I'm excited for what I see, and guys running high and low.
Yeah, I am doing Kyle Busch. Remember, I know he spun out earlier and had to go to the back, had to make some minor repairs to his car. But trust me, when this race is down there 10 to go, we're going to be talking about Kyle Busch and whether he can win this race or not.
I big time by Robbie now.
What he does behind the wheel of one of these cars. So,
I think the most impressive thing about Kyle's run so far is that he's got as much damage as anybody else in this field, if not more so. Most of those who have not used their fast repair, and yet he's still finding speed in that Rowdy Energy Toyota Camry. He's still finding a way to at least tuck up behind somebody and use the rest of the field in order to leapfrog everybody else and get towards the front. The fact that this field's bunched up, Bobby, honestly, is probably to his benefit.
No, it is. And the arrow is not that big a deal when you're behind other cars. When you get out front, you need that good arrow, the aerodynamics. So he's taking advantage of what he's got right now. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he saved that fast repair for later. Obviously, we still got a long ways to go. We're not even halfway yet. So, yeah, he's sniffing out the front. So he's doing the right thing. But man, oh man, what about
Center rear brake?
I mean, it's just this is amazing to see the talent with everybody right now. I mean, they just the cars are slipping and sliding a little bit. They're not quite as loose. They're probably having to
overdrove that one.
Take care of the tires. Daryl, we talked about tire wear, and these cars will go tight. I mean, the times that I've driven this track in the sim, I mean, it'll go tight after a while, and you got to really take care of that right front tire. You might not be in jeopardy to blow one out, but you're in jeopardy of just losing time. You just got to drive it differently after a few laps and use that banking if you can. And we see DJ coming off the corner on the low side, and guys on the top side. So the race is really getting exciting right now, which I love the fact that they can run a few laps under green and can keep it like this. So hopefully it stays like this for a while.
Well, I agree with you, Bobby. I think the thing about the tires is you just don't want to make them mad. You don't want to do something that you don't want to be changing lanes and jumping all over the place. Just get in a spot, ride a little while, take care of those tires, and wait and see what happens. So it's like you said, a long way to go yet. We're not even halfway, and still a lot of
Gosh, come on.
Sorry, James, I didn't mean to cut across the
Two
nose.
things to note here about Shane Van Gisbergen. First,
Yeah, you
if
did.
remember at the beginning of the
No,
race, he
actually
had that
didn't.
incident
Slowed
with
up
that
a
ball
little
wreck
bit
on the
too
front
much.
straightaway. So Van Gisbergen is one of the few drivers in this field that's already used his faster grade. So if he runs into trouble, could be big time.
How much
trouble
brake
for
are you
him.
using, Gabe?
Second thing to note
Same as well.
is that he's
I've
on
got
fresher
3%
tires
earlier.
than just about anybody else. He and Kyle
How hard are
Busch
you
and
pushing
others
the pedal?
came down pit road about 10
About
laps
an eighth
after
straight.
Rogers and Fern and all the rest did. So Van Gisbergen's got slightly
Yep, that's
fresher
what I'm doing.
rubber that I think
I'm giving it maybe
why he's made the
15 to
charge.
20% brake,
Now,
just
if the driver
maintenance
that's gotta be
pedal.
worried about
I
what
also
SVG is
just,
doing,
say
hands down, it has to be Raja Karut, who's made the charge and
Kinda
actually
laptop you
followed
running.
Shane Van Gisbergen from the 30s to the front. But again, Raja has to find a way to win this race. And I have to believe, Kenneth Bueno, that seeing SVG make the charge that he has Raja sweating a few bullets, no?
I'm running
It probably is
35
just a little
laps.
bit, and especially given the fact that SVG has a very solid record.
Before sixes
in
here?
NR history. He's probably going to have to worry that that 97 Chevrolet Camaro is up at the front. But one thing to note about that 44 car of Roger Caruth is the very interesting relationship he has with the Homestead of Miami Speedway in this series. Think about the many times he's been close to victory lane in this series in different cars at the same track and still has yet to find it.
Track was not fucking clear.
Homestead of Miami Speedway in the Championship 4 where he got into a tussle after dominating the opening segment of the race, fell back, could not get back to the front after multiple green white checkered attempts. You look at the Porsche 911 R-Star race here at the Homestead Roval. Did
Yeah,
well,
that
but
fucked me
didn't
up
do
because they
good
were both
enough to
sitting in
go
the middle
for
of
the
the
win.
track.
Finished in the top 10. And then you think about one of the last times he went to Homestead Miami Speedway with this car at this track.
Is that a sleek thing?
In green white checkered overtime to the fellow driver right behind him, Anthony Alfredo. So to put it simply, it's been close, but no cigar for the driver.
Yeah,
of
also
44.
was sitting in the
We'll
middle
see if
of turn
we can get to
2.
that
I had to
cigar.
check
Get
up,
to
go
victory
around,
lane
not
to
clear,
the
and
right
then
side.
Eggert got so slow trying to get to pit road 1, he cut right across my nose right there.
Oh, no.
I mean, I didn't hit him, but I've lost, like I was back again.
When you come to a place like
Yeah,
this and you
where I
find yourself in a
hit,
situation
and
like
now
Raj
I've lost
has,
half
where
track to
he
him
doesn't
again.
have the victory, but he's had speed. I think a Martin Truex Jr. on short tracks is another applicable example here. Does that change the way you approach the racetrack? Do you try and go after it?
I tried to pit under that last caution to get fresher tires. I couldn't catch up quick enough. So this whole run, I've just been running the back of the pack down.
I think a lot of that is just you feel like a home field advantage, and a lot of times you can make some really smart moves. But when it comes down to the end of the race, you want it so badly.
How does that make you
and
feel?
You're trying so hard that you do something that's totally out of character. And it sounds like that's happened to Raj a few times. Maybe did some things that, other people were not expecting him to do.
Ford just went all the way to the bottom on the front stretch and then drove straight up into the wall and won.
10, 15, the last 5 or 10 laps of this race, you just kind of
Sorry,
take a
it's
deep breath and use all
Quickly,
the
tell me what
ability
you got.
have to try to pull off a win.
What happened?
Massey, a Latin car just wrecked
David
Schildhouse.
Schildhouse has
Oh,
gone
gosh.
down. Jacob Hinson. We will get a yellow flag just about right at the
Wow,
halfway
Josh,
point.
since
Here's the
people
replay.
came down
Take
pit
us
road that
through the
last time, we were barely made it, just doing a regular pit stop. It's not good if we can
up and
add quick
into
time.
David Schildhouse in the middle of turn 3 and 4 and turn the 20.
I mean, if they're going to be consistent, that probably shouldn't have been a yellow, but I'm not going to complain.
On the outside line
We're
to
gonna
get
do a
by,
regular
but David
They did.
Schildhouse
It was only one
has
car.
been in the top
Yeah, they
five
did.
They didn't
all
go on that
night
last one.
long. His night goes from great to not so great.
The only
He
reason they threw
spins
the
it in
caution
turn
there is because
4.
it was a leader.
No fault of his
Yeah.
own, just wrong place, wrong
Is that
time.
legit leader?
No, it was one of them.
But we're only half.
He's running like
this race.
fourth.
Still got 50 more laps to go.
He straight up washed up the
He
track
can
to hit
come
him.
in, make some changes, work on the car a little bit, and he might find himself right back up there again. So we'll have to wait and see.
You had the first
Tricky
whole
break
day.
here, but everybody else down on pit road, Kenneth Bueno. What can we expect from our race leaders?
But so far, we can expect 4 fresh tires and some fuel. Of course, SVG, with the fact that he pitted a little bit earlier than the leaders, may be a different call. But for many of the playoff drivers, it's the left side's up, it's the right side's up, and it is off and away for the 44 Caruth. Only took left side tires on his race car and got a bit of damage repair. So
Oh,
he
it
is
took
out
my
quick.
faster
He's gonna
pair.
try to get out first. Everybody's going to scramble.
Damn.
towards the end
If
line.
anybody requested a
Will
bike, it's not
Rogers is
just
going
you.
to win the race
We need
off
a way to
pit
get away
road,
if
so
you
the
need one.
strategy from Raja not quite going to work out as Raja, well,
Yeah,
he
it could
took
be
all
the
4
same.
tires.
I feel
not
this
just
way.
the
Gabe, one
lefts,
day
got
you'll
the
be
rights
like me and
as
have it
well.
set on 0.
Will
Right,
Rogers
I've
be
been
able
hitting
to
wheel.
hold on there on pit road and come back out in front of these guys?
Well, that tells you one thing. They may not.
Yeah, someone
they
said
may not be
LePage.
willing to pit again. 50 laps
Well,
to go.
I just lost a ton of spots.
He puts
Kyle
4
Busch
tires
drove
on now and
through
hopes
me
for the best.
to get to a stall, and that messed me
It'll
up.
be
Right.
tight. It'll be close,
Oh,
TW.
no.
You have a valid point there. We'll just have to see how the yellow flags play out. But for us, while the race is under the yellow flag, we're going to take a pit stop too. We'll go side by side so you don't miss any of the action in the big green
Monday Night
egg 150.
Yeah,
Watching
likewise.
coverage
Thank you,
of the
everybody.
Monday Night Racing Pro Series presented by Rowdy Energy on Podium Esports live from iRacing's virtual
welcome,
Homestead
Nick.
Miami Speedway.
There's a place where fire and flavor are celebrated, where grilling traditions
like
and
that
new
needed to be
techniques are
said.
perfected. Here in
Make
Big
it
Man Egg
feel
Country,
better.
Where are you guys' tires at?
73 right front, 90 right rear.
80 right front, 85 right rear.
81 right front, 87 right rear. Okay, if you're using entirely way too much throttle on exit,
I guess so, yeah.
just back up. Just
Sorry, Boris, I didn't
I
want
want
to
to
hit
hit
DJ.
roll it in a little bit more. Just roll
What's
it.
that?
Keep in mind the iRacing tire model. The slower you go, the more tires.
Nah, we were just checking out. I just watched out in front of Boris.
But what if they drive off from
at him?
You'll get them back.
Oh, you get it.
Okay.
Just literally just ride on the bottom for about 10 laps. That's what me and Gary did, and I started driving away from these fools. I was passing what they were sitting still.
So if you're listening to Gabe's RPMs right now, that is fake. And what I'm getting at is, maybe it isn't. Maybe he's doing that. But most of the time when you're riding alongside somebody, you can listen to their RPMs, and iRacing builds into a point where you hear those RPMs climbing from a guy next to you. So you
Brad is up there.
So you can't tell if they're saving fuel or not.
Well,
But
Brad is currently running just ahead of me in 9th. So, I mean, we're kind of close here. Me and old Bradley.
Welcome back to Podium Esports coverage of the Big Green Egg
Hey, David,
150.
if you could stop
Monday Night
spinning out
Racing Pro
directly in
Series
front of
presented
me
by
in
Rowdy
these
Energy,
races,
James
I'd
Spike here
greatly
alongside two
appreciate it.
NASCAR Hall of Famers, Enduro Monster, and Bobby Labonte.
Remember,
Looking
man,
at all
you
the
did it
action
first
for the
at
virtual
Redacted
Homestead
Ring.
Miami Speedway as we will get set to go green flag racing next time by.
It was more to the side of me and then kind of in front of me,
In
but you know what I
South
mean.
Florida, Will Rogers and Shane Van Gisbergen, your leaders coming to the stripe. And Gisbergen, though, has used his fast repair. Other drivers who have used their fast repair, while we're noting it before we get going, Ryan
Just
Vargas,
keeping you on your toes with
Boris
Rex
Cook,
Force, Colin. I'll
Brett
send the invoice
Baldock,
later.
Garrett Smithley, Stephen Ellis, Matt Stolnick, Nick Olson,
Appreciate
and
you.
Ford Martin, along with Seth Eggert. That's your full list of drivers who have used their fast repair. Have a feeling they might be joined by a few more.
Still leading this
before
thing?
races in, as they all
Heck
wait
yeah.
on Will Rogers to get back on the gas.
Where you
pedal.
going,
He
Brad?
takes off as the pace car ducks down to pit road, and the Big Green Egg 150 is back on the way from Homestead, Miami.
Yeah, now is when you start we got 50 laps to go. We're halfway through this race. So now you start thinking about, you start running the race backwards. Who do I want to be at this point? Where do I want to be at that point? And you start really just working on your strategy and trying to get yourself in a position to win this race.
Yeah, and I think, Daryl, too, is that obviously we might not have mentioned too much about it, but I think Will Rogers coming out first was obviously, left off pit road first and bit fast, led laps, and, back out front again. And I think, you're thinking, there might be another caution, but heck, you don't know. I mean, so now you got to take care of your tires. You got to pace yourself, but yet you got to be fast because guys are coming from behind. So, if they don't have a caution flag, then, you don't want to use it up too quickly on this restart here.
Yeah, I think what will happen here, Bobby, I think we'll run about 15, 20, maybe 30 laps, and there won't be any cautions. And again, everybody will be kind of getting themselves in a position here where they feel like they got a shot at winning this race. But then the last 10 laps, I don't know what might happen. Anything and everything can happen in the last 10 laps of this race.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the track's going to cool down too. So, yeah, a lot of guys that we talked about that, we talked about earlier, might not be there. Some guys we haven't seen up front lately, or the first part of the race might get up there and battle for the win as well. So, a lot of racing left to go.
Oh, yeah, well, the grip level is definitely improving.
Hey, that was
That was not good.
I know, man.
I mean,
They're probably like an 8.
Still Adam Cabot, and more importantly,
I mean, if you get
Raja
him caught, man,
Caruth, one of the drivers who had toe-in
Say,
tonight.
literally been more like
That
that.
was brewing for a few laps, Kenneth Bueno. We had seen those two get together on
What
this
happened?
restart. It finally all boiled over.
Just a heads up, Josh and Saw still at the 17 go. He wasn't running
running for this M&R championship, and these two, the 17 and the 44, they competed for the championship a couple of months back. But right there, 17 got loose, hit the apron just a tad, overcorrected the car, similar to what we saw Ford Martin do a little earlier tonight, and then slammed into the 44 Caruth's Market Rebellion Chevrolet Camaro, sending them all into the outside wall. Caruth was not happy about that whatsoever, and pretty much thought that Cabot was intending to dump him in
Hey,
front
just a heads up. I wasn't, but we don't think I was trying to block or anything there. I was just avoiding, he was calling, got a bridge there.
Jacob Hintz, you had a better ear on the radio of Raja Caruth and Adam Cabot. What did you hear them say specifically?
Well, I tell you what, I caught Raja Caruth in turn 1 just about wrecking off the front bumper of the 17 of Adam Cabot. By the time I pulled Raja's stream up and pulled to listen, I looked up at iRacing and Raja was going around. He came over the radio immediately and said that was intentional. He is not happy with the 17 of Adam Cabot. Both of these guys in the playoffs. They had Kyle Busch, who's on the outside looking into the playoffs, right behind these guys as well when this happened. This could have taken a lot of different people out in the playoff contention since this was up at the front of the pack, but no penalty from this. Josh Mendoza, race control, being a little generous here with this. No blame here for the caution.
Race control deems it a racing incident, so
The plant gets speed. You know, when you're involved in an accident like this, you know you're being monitored, and so you want the official to know that you think you were done wrong.
And they're not going to let that Nick Olson thing go, are they?
Maybe he did that intentionally, and so you kind of plant that seed, hoping to get a reaction.
One of those things where, you know how like in NASCAR, like if you kind of like have a good reputation and stuff like that, like it's like okay, you know what I mean? Like you'll kind of get away with like good things and stuff like that.
Have collaborated to develop Routing Energy.
No,
proprietary
NASCAR is not biased.
No, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
amazing taste and
people see the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean?
Is a cleaner, smarter energy drink.
So for some drivers in this league, they don't have that.
It's like how I can get through tech better than other people.
What's the record for cautions in a race? 100 lap.
That's a good question. That's a good question. There, I'm not sure, but we have
really
a lot of them for sure.
Okay, but that looked pretty damn deliberate.
We talked about Raja's situation coming into this race, and we figured he'd probably have about 100 laps to make up the field, make up the gap that he had to start with, coming from the back to the front. I think you are. And now he's going to have 40 laps to essentially do the same thing, and you would think. No, I by no means my mathematician, but 40 laps is less than half of 100, and I would guess that
figure out why
means the
there's so many
pressure
people
at
talking
least
to me. I didn't know
doubles,
who they
right?
were. Screaming?
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it has to, and I mean, sure,
Look, man,
it's
I don't
40
care if
laps.
it's
I mean,
3 or
depends
4
on the
inches
cautions.
long.
If
I
there
don't
is
wanna
any,
hear it.
what's happening, he did make it up there in
And
less than 50
Gabe
laps.
to make
So,
everything worse.
Can he do it again? Well,
What?
he's
What?
used up his fast repair. So he's got no more gimmies on
I
that.
said I didn't want to hear it.
And plus the fact too, I think at this point in time, kind of like Darrell alluded to, with a few laps to go, the pressure is going to get a little bit. It's going to get harder to pass these guys. They're not going to give maybe quite as much. Guys are going to be racing harder then.
Kyle
So it might be a
Busch.
little tough for him now. That last that wreck kind of took, I would say, took him out of the contention to win. He can get close, but I'm not sure he can win.
Just want you guys to know the paycheck car
It's 60,
running a solid 31st.
It's just going to get 60, 70, 80, and when you get all heck will break
I've been
loose.
instructed to slow down and save my right front tire.
I'll tell you, 10
Yeah,
to
what
go
was
is
your
going to
title
be
at the
exciting.
last
I
if you
can't
remember?
wait.
Because I know you and I were doing
We
the
never
same
did
thing.
figure out how many cautions. What's the record for 100 lap race?
81. Yeah, still a good question. It's we track a lot
better
of
than I
stats
was.
here at
Oh,
Monday
we're
Night
on the
Racing,
same
but I
deal.
don't know if we're quite on the Elias Sports Bureau level.
Actually,
yet
then
here
again, I
with
had like
Holdings
2
up.
lap
I know
pressure.
Someone's
We
got
went
to answer
exactly the
somewhere.
same.
If we get Justin Malillo in, we might be able to get a good answer there on that one, Justin.
You know what they say? We'll get back to you on that one.
I think you're right about that. Is we'll get back to racing here in this Pickering Air 150 momentarily. The lights are off on the pace car. It's Will Rogers and Anthony Alfredo.
Really? There's 40 laps to save your tires.
Again, one with this combo.
Can we make it on
season
fuel?
2 of M&R made 1 year ago on the outside. Rogers on the inside. Green flag back out. We're back underway once again, and that was a good jump for Rogers, who will be clear on the rest of the field by maybe 2 car lengths by the time we get to turn 1.
The race just has an intensity about it that I don't know that I've seen before. I just think that everybody is trying really, really hard. Everybody knows the importance of this event. There are drivers with scores to settle. There are drivers with championships to win. There's a chance to move on. There just seems to be a lot of agendas here that I don't believe I've
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you.
So we're kind of acting like this is a short track, right, DW? It's almost like short
what the
track
hell
racing on a mile and a half. I mean, it's aggressive.
Yeah. They're getting after it, I know that.
Yeah.
I would say you're on that also. Jacob Pitts, a quick word of note from Roush's radio. You heard him say something pretty strong.
Big, gigantic fucking wreck right there.
Oh! The fence in turn 3, cautions out, but
oh shit! I made it.
It wasn't him; it was his crew. He had the Superman cape on.
That's the biggest.
Damn, let's check that out and see exactly what happened.
Someone ends up on the apron and we all rep.
Determination there as Kenneth Player will take us through the yellow proper. What happened? What did you see?
Well, I saw a bunch of drivers in the Hornet's nest, James, no doubt, but you'll see all the way on the bottom side of your screen the 77. Playoff driver John Malicki. Slight contact with your defending winner and defending champion in Monday Night Racing, Robbie Lyons, and that creates, I think, what we call the big one, James. We don't say it often here at
Stand by, I'll find out who hit you.
That was a large one. You'll take a look at it again. The 77 got a bit of momentum here in 1 and 2, just trying to force the issue a little bit too much on the
Gabe, the 24 hit you under braking.
The 19 up to the outside wall.
That scared the
Everybody
crap
else
out
gets a
of me.
piece of it. DJ Cummings in it. Here's a look from Brian
How the hell I
Cook
made it.
as he was on the other side of that. He was able to escape clean, but he's got to look into the sunset and into the madness behind him.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Get the egg out.
Get the egg, yeah. We definitely
I was about to say, we got an egg that can do that now, can't we?
Oh, my own egg.
Yeah, clean up on aisle 3 right now. We got a lot of them out there.
Is barbecue? Do we?
Hang on.
I don't
Gabe.
have barbecue in the breed.
probably break
Smoker, I
signs.
guess, sort of counts.
How much damage you get?
Lots of trouble. Yeah, lots of trouble in the back though. There were
Right
a lot
rear
of
corner.
people involved in this, but interestingly enough,
many pitted?
not too many of the playoff drivers. Balicki was noted for sure, but most everybody else.
Gabe, right rear's punched in. That's about the only worst part about it.
Coming in for pit stops, and you start.
Spoilers, just a hair wrinkled.
We're going to look at photographer Mark Rubilis, who by weekend you can see him
not the worst call.
off the lens for USA Today, and we can look through his
They
lens
better
and
show
see
my
just
big ass
how
making it
he
through
stuck
that.
through this and well.
Oh, I think they did.
Do we get a map
DW,
all night update?
there's a phrase here. I know you've got about 20 on deck, so I'll let you pick your favorite and describe that one.
Well, you know what I always say? When I opened my eyes, I was clear. That's all I know. Yeah, a lot of times you use your best judgment. You kind of have experience on this track. You know the cars go up, they're going to come down, and you just try to find a hole and work your way through.
Understandable. Have a good
Sometimes
night.
you make it, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, a little bit of
There's
luck.
there's the update.
I believe, but I mean, there were so many cars going round and round. It was, you know, one inch one way or the other way.
They're on board with you right now, Gabe.
So, just barely made it.
Hell yeah.
Showing the replay.
Gabe Wood, who just ducked to the outside. How about that JD Motor Esports machine, the KSDT CPA?
I like how I hit and I still gained
slicing its way through the madness and somehow coming out on the other end unscathed. Other thing to note here, we haven't seen temps drop all that much yet.
Gabe,
We're
just
still
so you
sitting
know,
at 84
I haven't been
degrees
going as
Fahrenheit
hard on
air
these
temp,
starts to be
87
cautious, so you'll
degrees
be able to
Fahrenheit
get in
track
front of
temp.
me.
For future reference for the
Just
rest of the
looking
race,
at the
guys,
racetrack,
apron
Bobby,
back.
I've noticed we're starting to see the sun go down, and we're starting to see more of the track fall into shade.
Yeah, and I do know that this is one of those places where the the sun setting in turn 1 is kind of horrendous, and the reflection that we can see obviously from that sun setting, I mean it does get in your eyes. It kind of plays with you a little bit. The track looks a little bit different.
Gabe, how mad would you be if I
so
doored
yeah,
you right
it's
here?
definitely setting, but maybe the temperature will change here here
sweet.
shortly. A little bit more than it has. A little shade helps as well. A little more grip in 1 and 2, probably than 3 and 4.
I don't know how many cautions we've had, but we've had
How
more
hard
cautions
is
than we
Ford
have
gonna
had
race me
green
here?
flag laps. I can tell you.
Not very. He's been riding in the back.
And how many people will have faster pairs left too? That's another
Yes,
big
but it's
question
me.
we'll have to worry about as the big green
Damn,
flag
I
comes
smashed
out once
Malicky
again.
a
This
little
time it's
bit.
Anthony Alfredo with the good jump, but it looks like somebody may have stacked up further back in the field. DW.
Yeah, those restarts,
I
you
can't
kind of
believe we didn't all
anticipate what's going to
decide it.
happen. And
Wreck
you're
behind
all
him.
good to go, and the guy in front of you isn't, and you run into the
what?
back of him. That happens a lot.
Oh,
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, Bobby, everybody everywhere.
Yeah, it really is. Obviously, again, these restarts, cars are loose. I mean, we've seen this happen before on restarts.
You're
Couple
good. I'm
guys,
gonna let you and Colin go right here.
Cars are free. We can see that.
Smart here,
And,
guys.
What guys are fishtailing the back. Some guys aren't making
Dig it,
headway.
Blackbird.
When you have this restart after a caution, it'll take a couple laps for them to get settled in. And but yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I
to see
said that
they're
game, then I
three-wide,
wanted to race you
four-wide.
for a half
I mean,
straightaway.
really, and I've done this enough.
I literally
to know
lost all the track
that
position.
There's a lot of pressure on these guys at this point in time, especially in the closing laps of the race.
Somebody
The
way in
times
front of
I've
us.
done this, it's like, man.
sorry about that,
I
dude.
got out and I'm like, I have my sim. I'm like, I got the air conditioner on here and I'm sweating. It's a lot of pressure on you. So these guys racing side by side like this, I mean, it's harder than it looks. So kudos to all of them for doing as well as they are.
You know what I see? Here's what I see. See that 51 car right there? you see where he is?
Yeah.
I was about to make the point, DW, that we do have Kyle Busch up in the top 3, fighting Shane Van Gisbergen, fighting Raja Karuth. But arguably the 3 fastest drivers out here. And then, oh, by the way, Anthony Alfredo, who's just as fast as all of them and win this race. If anything, I'm almost a little surprised to see Will Rogers have the staying power. He's been consistent on ovals, but I don't know if we've seen him be outright the quickest here, and I wonder whether or not that'll hold up. I'll be curious to see how he fights off 3, 4, maybe even 5 drivers. And also, let's give a call to Ryan Vargas, too, who got caught up in that incident early and got bumped and sent to the back and then in the fence and had to worry about everything. Talk about drives through the field. He's come all the way from the back into the top 10, almost into the top 5.
Real quick, guys, one thing I love about Kyle Busch, you watch his car. There are cars that are faster than his down the straightaway, but he makes up all the time in the turns. And that's just driver ability. He gets up on that wheel and he finds a way to get that thing to the front, even though he doesn't always have the fastest car.
I say to keep going.
Cream rising. I think that's the easiest way to put it. We're starting to see the fastest drivers in this field figure out how to get to the front. And Bobby, even for all the yellow flags that we've had, as you see a good battle between Max Kinnon and Brad Perez and company, for all the yellows that we've had, I think it's fascinating that even through all that, you look at some of the names, the top 5, top 10 right now, and it's not a surprise to see them up near their front because they're the drivers who find speed on ovals and M&R week in, week out.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Yep, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Max Kinnon, I don't know if we meant or not, but his dad, Jerry, is a former crew chief, worked for Robert G. He was over at Hendrick Motorsports, really good, a good crew chief, and his kid here tonight is holding a pretty wheel, so good for him.
Yeah, he's got a beanbag chair over there to the right. I guess when you get done, you can lay down. And but yeah, Jerry obviously knows Jerry well.
No, that's Jerry.
yeah, that's where Jerry sits. Yeah. So good to see Max running well. But yeah, to your point, I mean, when you get down the end of a race, and winners, guys that run good, I mean, they're going to find their way to the top 5, top 10, week in and week out, usually no matter what. And they're just really good at it. And they know it's a 100-lap race. They know there might be some cautions or a lot of cautions, and but yeah, still, no matter what, they find their way at the top. And you look at the top 5, top 10, and you see regular guys that are always up there. And again, the cream rises to the top, and we've definitely seen this happen again tonight.
Yeah, well, Kyle Busch, just think about this. He has over 200
There
wins.
it is. Holy shit.
How many wins did these other cats have?
They were wrecked 3 laps.
Uh-oh. Well, there's trouble.
Yeah, there's the consequences for not being on top.
Brown and Colin Fern, another playoff driver who had speed at the beginning of this race.
Why did we wait so long to say the
traffic? Jacob Hitz, what happened?
You got some people checking up
Well,
for a
I
wreck,
saw it
some people
start to
don't because
brew
you don't throw a
down the
caution.
front straightaway. Brandon Brown got a giant push, and I mean
not on
a
the guys that
giant
were wrecking,
push
they were just
from
trying to
Garrett
save it,
Smithley
and
down
they
the front straightaway. The
overcorrected,
problem is they were 3
I mean,
wide
that
in
was
front of
a
Brandon
solid
Brown.
10 seconds
Brandon
they were
Brown then
wrecking.
The whole
got
front
up on the
nose is
outside
shifted.
wall, came back
Sideways,
down,
one
got
in the
into
grass,
Brian Boris
completely
Cook.
spun
Brown
around.
then was sliding all the way through the corner in turn 1,
Yeah.
and then got
Y'all-
loose
Yeah,
again.
I saw the
spun
wreck
around
entering
in
Two
front of
one and had
cars
time to
Slate
get
and
to a
slow
Colin
on track.
Fern
One was on the
piled
grass,
in,
trying
won
to get
their
up to speed,
championship
and one was in the
contenders.
middle of the track.
For Colin Fern,
We
he
threw the
has not
caution when
used
there
his
were cars
fast repair.
wrecking.
But
Other
Colin
than
Fern
that, you
now
guys
is
were
going to be
going
on
straight.
thin
We were
ice. He
giving
was
you an
up at the front
opportunity to
early,
get straight.
got caught up in a wreck, has been stuck in the back of the field since.
Okay.
This is not what Colin Fern was really looking for, even though Colin Fern was second in the points coming into tonight.
This ain't real life where there's oil on
that
track
he drops
and stuff.
out
We're going to give you
and is
guys
on the
as much
outside
time
looking
to
in
get
after
to
tonight.
save it. So,
We're at 80% of the race.
you don't like
almost here
it,
with,
feel free to talk
23
to us
laps
about
to
it
go.
after the race. But
When we
remember,
get to
this is
90,
also
you think we've seen a lot of
simulating thing where you can go, get a faster chair, go ahead and get it fixed, get wave arounds, all of that.
The biggest question will be who's got a faster pair left, Bobby. You'll know that well. You see how
Josh,
that
you
pans
tell him.
out. But I look
No,
over
that
here.
was
I've
fucking
got a
dumb.
list on my live timing and scoring, and I got a little column that either
I love
says
it.
0 of 1 or 1
Well,
of 1
get out of my
if
pit
drivers
stall.
use their faster pairs. At the beginning of that race, it was
Talk your
zeros
stuff, King.
across the
Let your
board.
nuts hang.
But as we continue to progress
Well,
in this
it's
thing,
like
I
when you
keep
don't
seeing
throw a
more
fucking
ones
caution,
light
sorry,
up
when
and
you
light
don't throw a
up and light
caution,
up and continue to go.
You've got
The
some
drivers
guys
who
checking
have
up, some
faster
guys
pairs are
don't,
definitely
and they end up
outnumbered
just
now
running
than the
over
drivers
each
who
other and
use
wrecking anyway. Throw
Yeah,
a
I
quick
think
yellow
that,
because
obviously,
guys
if
are
you can,
like, it saves
stay
an
that
entire
fast
head.
repair,
It's
I've
dumb.
done this before.
Ben
in the sim
Gisbergen
racing that
probably
I've done.
took
I mean,
two,
when you have
from what it
one,
looks like.
Or you have, I mean, obviously, if you have
I'm
one
really
or
cool.
two,
Thank you.
then you don't want to use them up, especially when you just have one. You know that you got to get to the end of it, and when you got, 25 or so laps to go. I mean, it makes it tough if you already used it because you can't.
Lap race.
You can't
This is
afford
going
to be
by
in that,
way
that
slow.
wreck that's happened in front of you. You can't avoid. So, yeah. I mean, I can't get my scoring up to see the same thing you did, but
Keeping an eye out for the leader
with
over
all
there
the
in turn
caution
4.
that we
There
have,
they
like,
come.
this has
been fun.
Yeah,
Are you out?
Now it's, I mean, you
No?
maybe give a little bit, maybe it lift a little bit.
And
maybe
Gabe goes
it's
no damage
slack.
and still got a fast
No,
he's gonna be
it's
able to make
all
it
over
out.
Now you got no friends. You're trying to win this race, and you'll do whatever you got to do to make that happen.
We're coming to 25 laps to go. We remind you that tonight's broadcast of the Monday Night Racing Pro Series is brought to you by Battle Beaver, who has everything you need for your next custom controller,
You're not gonna
console,
do this
or
no more?
PC skin. With options for
I
PlayStation,
might do it when
Xbox,
I'm
GameCube,
not
and
racing.
more,
I'm not
Battle Beaver has everything you need to make your system look exactly the way you want it. You can head to the website at battlebeavercustoms.com.
I took a year where I was just like, screw this. I mean, the league's fun. It's a fun league. But you get guys who just drive over their head,
Let's just go ahead
think
and
they're
run through this
hottest
list of
thing
drivers and
since,
see
and
where everybody is
just
on fast repairs, starting from the top
are
as far down
drive
as
like
we can.
idiots,
Anthony
act
Alfredo
rude.
still has
Looks like as
his.
long as
He
the
leads.
caution's not
Garrett
within the first
Smithley
top
and
15
Rashek
cars, they don't give a
have
shit.
used theirs. They're second and third.
Yeah.
David Shieldhouse in fourth.
Remember when
Gonna
I
go back
argued
in, try
about
to get more
Rod talking
repaired.
to you guys about this like 3 or
Does
4
not.
weeks ago at the shop?
He's fifth.
Yep.
Kyle Busch and Will
You now know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I've experienced it. I think that's the first time I've seen Josh make a really bad call, in my opinion. Josh is normally pretty on top of it.
I mean, the only other way to fix that is to either be more lenient with your cautions or go iRacing cautions only.
Or, no, just have a spotter. And you could clearly, but yeah, I mean, you got, yeah, if it's one car spinning on the grass, don't throw the caution, but there's two guys half spinning.
Going next time.
And you've got everybody checking up. That was in the middle of the pack.
That's been key.
And it was right where that hornet's nest was too.
Yep. Also, my engine's fucked.
No.
Yeah. I'm down 20 RPM.
Cool, you can race back here with me.
Just means I could be in the throttle more.
Oh, the lights finally have hit the track.
Yeah, guys, apparently TV broadcast just went down, so give it a second here.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're gonna go green with just over 20 laps left. I'd say saving's out the window. What do you guys think?
Hopefully not too long. Red flag, red flag.
Saving is somewhat out the window, but you got to keep the tires under it. I mean, you could still burn them off in 22, 23 laps.
We got an hour and 40 minutes of time remaining in the room. We'll be fine.
What's my favorite track to race on? iRacing? I love the super speedways on iRacing.
Gabe, tell me what you thought.
It's fun. I mean, it's just fun to do. What's my favorite track to race on? iRacing? You get to make more risks than you would in real life, which make it more fun to do. You get to make more risks than you would in real life.
Are we allowed to is that a
make it more fun to do. You get to make more risks than you would in real life.
Are we allowed? I can. It's not a supported thing by iRacing, and it's going to be very confusing. But I can try and do something here.
If we go down pit road, single file, and the pace car will continue to lap.
Everyone would have to stop on track, and Josh would have to keep extending the yellow. But the pace car will still go around the racetrack. So,
Hey, I got a big brain here. What we got to do is go green, but
And
everybody
stop.
has to stop in their respective positions. But if we don't go green, the pace car is going to keep digging here. So if you go green, let the pace car pull off. We'll all just, once we all cross the line, we can stop on the backstretch or something.
So they're holding up a little bit because the broadcast suddenly has
their
failed.
channels just got suspended on Twitch, so they ain't getting it back up anytime soon.
What?
I don't know what the backup plan is, but they're still on YouTube, so we need to figure it out.
Their channel just got
If they're on
suspended?
YouTube, then let's just go.
Yeah, I'm looking at the channel now. All it says is, sorry, unless you got a time machine,
Yeah, it's
this
like we're
content's
gonna- we have to
unavailable.
go
It
here.
is gone.
That's a new one right there.
What did they do?
Not certain.
Maybe Daryl Watcher said something he shouldn't have.
DW in the booth. Screaming. Ooh, I want to hear what he said when I got hit by Alfredo. Gozer! Just screaming, making noises.
Somebody like copyrighted an old Fox broadcast with DW's in the booth, and the robot picked it up. That could be.
So are we going here?
Are we gonna go green and stop, or are we gonna go green?
We are going green flag racing. We are not stopping. There's no red flag. We're going to go green flag racing here, guys. This is green flag conditions.
Huh.
All right, everybody get back in the mindset.
So something happened to their broadcast where it got suspended. I do not know what it is. But that is definitely a different one for me.
Green.
So we'll ride along with Gabe for the rest of the race. I do not have a broadcast, so there's nothing I can do about that. But this is a ride along again with Gabe Wood. Let me see. We have, it is on lap 80. Next time by at the line will be 20 laps ago. Someone just piled it into the fence.
Wrecking.
Caution.
I barely missed that.
You like a protein
Oh,
shake
me
or
too.
a bar or anything like that?
Somebody clip that. Whoever's watching, someone please.
Stand
oh
by.
my god.
Everyone missed him. Quickie yellow.
Oh my god.
Take a look at that for you, Ryan.
Gabe, you see that jump I just did?
My chest, I feel it. I feel my heart.
Ryan
Mark
Vargas.
went down the apron and like flew like 3 feet up in the air.
Oh my
Saw
god.
that.
That was awesome.
Oh
That was
my
awesome. I wish
god.
I was streaming. That would have been a great highlight.
I can't because I wasn't caught up to
Someone
that.
tell
Dang
the
it.
broadcast to go to my onboard and my camera. Oh my god.
So basically my video card eliminates cars ahead of me so it can render cars that I'm close to. So right there I can't see it.
Oh my goodness.
That sucks. That really sucks. Ryan, I was gonna clip that for you, but unfortunately
97 car.
Shane Van Gisselberger.
Thank you for the
we got it, we're still moving.
thing.
Let's get live here. There we go.
Oh my god.
Is it seriously one to go?
Uh-oh.
So anyways, Kathy, if you're still watching this, among other people,
Yeah.
something happened with Podium 2 where their account got suspended on Twitch suddenly. And I keep refreshing it, so it is gone. I don't see it at all.
I can't have that happen again.
So nobody knows. This is
See you finish.
This is something very weird.
Hello. Pit start entering turn 3. Lappers catch up at pace, but do not pass. Do not jump.
Excuse me. A little tired, that's all. So this stinks.
All right, guys, let's have a good race here. Nice and smooth. We got 18 laps to go. Let's have a good finish.
No.
Green flag.
Four wide behind Gabe.
No, stay up there. Stay up there, stay up there, stay up there!
Caution. What was the fucking caution for?
Oh, crap.
Okay, man, I don't know, I'm sorry.
This will not be a quickie caution.
Ray, can you check my car?
Holy shit.
Stand by.
No. How did I miss all of that?
Stand by, bud.
I'm killed, but I gotta finish 30th.
My car. I didn't hit anything.
Gabe's got no front clip.
Massey, go.
Neither did I. Holy
Gabe,
crap.
is my
my
car
God.
door up? Can you see it?
Where is he? Where is he?
You look
Where is
good.
he? Where is
Hey,
he?
I might need a black flare because some of these cars just aren't going.
I hit Pardis, but I don't know if it actually hurt my car or not.
I'm looking at it. Give me a sec. Why is this button not working? I'm looking at it, buddy. Give me a second.
I'm gonna need a black flare when we hit the pits here.
Where is my mouse? There we go.
Well, that was such a good save until it wasn't.
One more moment. Give me a minute. I'm almost on pit road.
Case your nose is actually
Thank you.
wrinkled to the right.
Alright, I just went ahead and took my fast repair.
10-4.
Did you save that, Gary?
6 minutes optional.
Yeah, I did.
Man,
Well,
I need to finish
ended up
30th.
sideways, but we're good.
All I gotta do.
I seen you sideways because I lifted and then I saw you sideways. And
Okay, 1 minute 50 of optional.
Yeah, Malillo, you need to look back at my in-car too. That was just insane.
Don't do this. I'm never calm on iRacing.
Gabe, on the other hand, unfortunately, you can see every little nook and cranny in the front of that car.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Can you look at it now, Ray?
Yes, sir. Give me a sec.
Where's the pace car?
Give me a second here. Let me take a look.
Where's the pace car at?
Entering 4.
Why can't I never find
Vargas,
Case?
when I go, I'll tell you.
Where are you?
I'm going.
Oh, God!
Stall.
No, it just... My gas pedal sucks. Sucks so bad.
Case, dang it. Case, it shows fully repaired.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Just a reminder, once we pass 5 to go, we're only going to be giving wave rounds to the first car 1 lap down.
Josh, I'm going to need a permanent EOL for the rest of the race. I don't want to mess anybody up.
Pace car?
Going into 3.
Please keep me posted on the pace car.
3 and 4. More 4. Probably coming out of 4.
Could someone please, like, Ray, are you able to see this live?
Yeah, I can see
Probably
it
at the
live.
start finish line.
You need to go.
Is he not listening to me?
I am. I just know that at 2 seconds I can gap it. So I was waiting to see where it was in case I couldn't.
Gotcha. Y'all think we're done wrecking?
No, but I need to finish 30th.
Where are you at?
I need to finish 30th in points. I mean, in this race. That's all I gotta do.
What position are you?
28th.
29th.
You're gonna be faster than me here.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't click over to the pace car fast enough. I was trying.
Vargas, if anything, I'll be your Jimmy Smith car. I'll finish behind you. That way you don't have to be one car.
How the turntables have turned. The paycheck car is now in the top 20.
Sorry, Brad. I downshifted one too many times.
Quick update.
No worry.
Josh, I'm gonna run the outside lane on this restart for these guys so I don't get in their way.
If they pass on your inside, that's
Green flag.
There goes me trying to be nice.
Yeah, Gabe's got no power. All right, we're going to ride along a little bit with Ryan Vargas while we're at it. Ryan is currently running 22nd.
I split up. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Colin.
We'll go back to Gabe here shortly. Ryan's obviously wrecked a little bit too. By the way, this is lap 89. 11 laps to go next time at the line. So Ryan, unfortunately, is not keeping up, with the pace either.
I am wide open.
I just wrecked Balecki.
God.
Dude, they suck calling cautions tonight.
Single car track clear.
Yeah, he wasn't clear, came up right in front of me. I was up against the wall, had nowhere to go.
I mean, there's a wreck in front of us, and these two nincompoops back here freaking go wide open through it. Like, there ain't nothing happening.
And then, while that's happening, 97 shoves me up in the wall and won, and now my car's all fucked up.
Hold on.
Rewind.
I think they just... Okay.
Another wreck.
On board with Case Collenbeck right in front of him.
Temps real quick and then tell me what you got.
Okay.
Case, a teammate of Gabe
Make
and
this
Ryan
quick,
Vargas.
please. There's a lot of cars with damage.
Man, next time if you want to just wreck, just don't do it in front of people.
Huh?
Alright.
Hey Josh, quick question. If I go a lap down while getting damage fixed, can I still get it back before we go green flag?
That's bold.
If you get on track before we're 1 to green, we can do our best, but I don't want you going and passing by the cars on the back stretch with 1 to green.
No, I'd be out before you guys go 1 to green at the line.
Yeah, I would just try to be out as soon as possible. But we'll do our best to get you back around here. We're not going to be doing a quickie here because there is a significant amount of cars going down pit road.
I do
Can you
love
at least take one of the laps away?
I love the brain power of Seth Eggert that he pulls
Are
inside of
we
me.
2 to go or 3 to go?
3.
Thank you.
So they took away a lap there.
2 to green here. Okay, I got 40 seconds of damage. Please keep me updated as to where the leader is.
Me too, I'm 40 seconds.
Pace car.
Work on it.
It's 14 seconds behind me.
Hey,
Case for you, I would go with about 4 seconds left.
I'm trying to get to that point where I can check the pace. Check the pace car.
Are you planning on going back out on track?
No.
All right, that's one.
It's pace car.
Pace car looks like he's in 4.
Case, go.
Pace
Where's
car.
pace car?
It's turn 4. Pit entrance now.
Okay, I'm good. I have all of my damage, quote unquote, fixed, but I still have crinklage, so I'm probably gonna not be very fast at all.
EOL me again, Josh.
All right. 6 to go when we take the green. It says I have my damage fixed. I don't believe it though. So we're gonna just bide our time here.
Look, you're guaranteed to finish in front of me. I think that's all you're gonna need.
All right, jumpers, or sorry, not jumpers, pitters, inside line, no jumping.
Go ahead around, Case.
Green flag.
Okay, Vargas, I am last and I'm 29.
Okay. Thank you.
Hang on to it, Case.
Yeah, my damage definitely is not fixed. I have no motor.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I understand.
That's 1600 RPM. Clutch.
Ouch. Check in with Gabe.
Top speed 157 before you hit going 21. I'm flying.
That one hit with the 24 earlier, unfortunately, did him in. Gabe right now currently 25th. Vargas 18th, actually moving up through the ranks. Hurt or not, he's still gaining. No, sorry, 22nd. It scored him for some reason differently. But to keep with him playoff distance, he said he's going to finish 30 or higher. God.
Oh, dude, I am so sorry.
He's 16. I think that's good. I think we're fine. I think we're fine here.
Good to see you, but good win, Anthony.
Good racing, Adam. That
You
was
scared the
classic.
hell out of me, Case. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was a good win.
I finished 23rd.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
I should have
Appreciate
been
it.
better.
Sorry about everything tonight. Well, obviously we'll try to work on that a little bit better. But thank you all.
They say
for
that
coming
every
out.
week, and then they do the
Appreciate
same
Kyle
shit.
for sponsoring as always.
Guys, have a good night.
We'll see you back next week. Thanks,
Until
guys.
next time.